Hello and welcome to Geekatplay Studio Tutorials. In this tutorial, we'll look how to animate simulation of the explosion to make maybe rocks flying away. You can also use the same techniques to create a cloud, maybe bees, flag of the bees going around or birds, something random chaotic animations you can do with this as well. So let's go ahead, begin by creating our rocks, and I'll just create one rock right here. So positioning. Let's create another rock, and I'm just placing the rocks around, so creating kind of like rock formation. This you can do, for example, if you want to make explosion in the buildings, be sure buildings kind of set from all these different particles or pieces, because if you're creating from one piece, it's one kind of, these techniques won't work on this, so you want to be sure they're separated. Okay, so we'll go ahead, maybe set up right here, bigger. Okay, let's create a few more. And some you can notice I'm maybe hiding something inside because they won't be seen on a render, but when it start kind of replication and scattering applied to this, you will see them appear. So we'll go ahead and set up, and I think 15 rocks about will work for us. So right here I select all my 15 rocks. Next, what I want to do is apply scatter applications. But before we do this, let's enable our animation timeline so we can add some keyframes. I'm going right here, right click, add keyframes to all properties. So I apply to all of my rocks. Next, I'm moving maybe about 3 seconds. It will be a little bit slow explosion, but as example, so we can preview easy how they will move. Next, I'm going to work on scatter applications. Before that, let me see. So outer formation about 5 meters, and I want them fly left in all directions as well. If we look on our locations for our rocks, like one, we can see it's almost centered. Center is right here, so it's almost by the center for our X, Y, and Z locations. Okay, so let's go ahead, select all rocks. Now we'll right click. We're going inside the scatter applications, and let's look. We want 0 copies. Use select object, replication object. We don't want any, so we'll go inside scattering, and inside scattering objects, let's look right here. So we have it, because it's 0 to our left on our X, it will be minus, this will be plus. So I want to go equally to left and right, so we'll just go minus 10 meters. Okay, and let's say plus 10 meters, so it will go 10 meters in both directions. The Y is right here towards the camera. If we're going this way towards the camera more, it will be like almost in a minus value, but I want direct explosion, maybe a little bit go outside with the sun coming maybe closer to the camera. So let's maybe set this to the 5, and this one will maybe set to 25. So it's kind of almost going away from the camera, but some rocks will come closer to this. And a Z is our up and down, so we don't want to go all the way underground. So let's look. We have 30 centimeters. It's about this point right here, so we'll leave it as default 30 centimeters, but other ones will set 15 meters, so let's go 15 up in air. Maybe it's a little bit too high, so let's set 10. We can preview, leave it cut. So again, this is imagine this is, we set the square where the particles will located, well, object will scattering, so we have it square or a rectangle, and we set dimensions for this. Okay, and next, if you want to resize, you can use also resize object, but I don't want to resize at this point. But I do kind of interest rotation, and I just leave it rotation, leave as default values, and we'll don't apply any twists. So let's click OK, and you'll notice at this point we have our object just scattering all over, so the animations just happen. So we'll go right here. You can see how the kind of reapplying all over. Okay, so let's go ahead, click, we'll go back, play, and you can see right here we have our objects start flying. Okay, it's take a little bit slower. Of course, the next things we can add it to make it more interesting. We can go ahead, create some, take meta cloud. Okay, let's find our meta cloud, bring here. Okay, and this is similar way, so we'll go ahead. We have one animation. Let's add keyframe. We'll go to the last frame. Okay, and then we'll just increasing. So in this case, if you want, we can also have some kind of smoke coming also with our rocks as the explosion going. Okay, in some case actually we want to make it not expand so fast. Okay, also let's go ahead and be sure you're going on the first frame if you want to modify some material settings, so materials won't be animated. If you want to apply this equally through all your animation timeline, and I'm just want to increase density, so we'll have it a little bit more visible, a bit more on the cover. Okay, let's preview right here so we can more visible for us. Okay, and let's go ahead, preview, render to screen. I just want to see, so our smoke still be too thin for this because we're closer, so we can rework a little bit more. Apply density in the cover, but you can see how we can very easy to modify it and apply additional options for this. Okay, let's go maybe apply to second one. Okay, we'll go okay this one, and just a couple options. So we'll go render, okay, first frame, and let's go to last frame and check this one. So I can see right here, you can see small cloud, so we still need kind of rework, but small, I can see some already start appearing. So it's need to be rework a little bit even more. Okay, we can go ahead and modify even more. So let's have 100. We remove the feathering. Let's see, reduce scaling. Variation. So you can see we can kind of start modifying, just increasing. So right here you can see already our smoke kind of start appearing. Okay, let's close this one. Let's go to first. We'll take camera. Now let's move camera up, and let's maybe have it some fun with the camera as well. So we'll go ahead and add keyframe. Go toolbox. Let's add a vibration. About 10 should do, but we'll probably want to have a 20 to this one. Okay, let's click OK. You can see our camera, and we can click on preview so you can see increasing. Okay, as well, let's till we're here, let's go ahead and enable the timeline. We'll go to our main camera. Let me expand so we can preview. And right here we have our positions. Okay, on the camera we also have our orientation. It's kind of tied up to other ones. We can modify from this point, and we can go ahead and, if you want to modify some maybe post-processing or motion blur, if we have it for our object applied in this point, just to see. So we have the options modify in our time frame. Okay, again right here, so we can see we created this effect. Also, we can go ahead and modify some other options if you want on a camera. But let's look a couple of things. How I said before, you can apply this to the bees or whatever. So all what you need to do, you just select your rocks. You're going to the last step. Imagine it's a bee. Just move it and do exactly the same again with your replication. So it will put this object in different location. So you can have it like bees flying all over places. Okay, now let's just do as example. So we'll have it right here. We'll go and I'll just again apply OK. And you can see now our rocks start moving. And as example, if it was bees, again, they kind of move around, and we can go again. Right click, leave it, same thing. So let's click OK here. And now they're even moving more. Okay, also I did replicate a few of them. So it's become even more interesting at this point. Again, let's go to beginning, play, and you can see now rocks start kind of going around. Okay, overall this is techniques how you can use it with the scatter and replication to create let me create those ones, using scatter replication to create this kind of simulation of the explosions. Of course, this is not a particle effects like you can use it with other applications, but it's give you nice way to add additional fun animations inside the view. Thank you for watching this tutorial from Geekatplay Studio. Please remember visit us on the web is www.geekatplay.com.